I dropped that sack over there, but look here. Don't you mind just leading me right into your camp? What if I let slip that you lot are here?
Why would you do that? You wouldn't get any reward for this band of nobodies anyway.
I suppose not.
Thanks for the help, lad. Not everyone is willing to help.
I'm glad to be of...
Here's some ale money. And I would now, you should get going. The fellas get nervous when there's strange. Lord be with you.
Sick 'em. Here, mutt.
God bless.
Here we are. Good. Why is this all sticky?
God grant you help. What would you like, friend?
How's life been treated?
Fine, thanks for asking. The foundry workers are always mighty thirsty they drink so much ale. So, I'm not the type of innkeeper to get an inn only to complain about it being full.
What's life like here? Is there anything?
We live the best we can. The silver works are operating at full capacity. If only those Hungarian That reminds me. You need a horse by any chance?
What's new?
Well, Zydmira Blacksmith had won two. His wife was having an affair with Thomas. Then she sent her Zydmir to rough. I have no idea how things are between them. Strange thing is, Zydmir's don't mention it to Zydmir though, but you could ask Kona, his wife. You might find out what's really going on there. And I also know Zydmir the blacksmith finally got. He was cursing for ages that maybe he'll be sad. I also heard there are some I don't know what it's about, but I heard. If you're interested, go and see the foreman and.
Interest in you? Can I spend the? I'll pay you well if you let.
I'll let you sleep on the hay for a couple of groschen.
Let's agree. What would you?
That's not it. Agreed. There's plenty of room on the hay.
Where can
You can sleep above the shed.
What do you have? Worried about the. What would you say?
You won't. Aye, you'll. Thank you. And a good day to you, friend.
I apologize.
be with you.
So, what's it to you? Kiss my ass.
Take care for now.
Lord be with you.
Rumour has it, you have a very...
Matthias, just look at this dagger he made me.
Well, I have to say, I expected more.
What do you mean more, you bastard? Do you even know anything about smithing?
Well, I'll say. I've forged all sorts of things in my life. Daggers like that are 10 a groschen.
Know what, you master of masters? I bet my apprentice is a better blacksmith than you. What do you say?
How would a bet like that work?
You'll give me a few groschen as a deposit, forge a hunting sword, and if you forge a better one, you'll get both swords, and I'll give you back twice as many groschen.
And of course, you'll be the judge, right?
Well, of course. But I'll decide fairly.
And what if my sword...
You lose and I keep the groschen. What else? I suppose you take the bad.
I accept.
You haven't won.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Well, I've got half finished.
it.
What do you need, my friend?
I brought you the...
Aye. You shouldn't hunch over the anvil so much. Your back will ache when you're as old as I am.
Right. Thanks for the advice. Can we get...
All right, all right. Wait. Well then, let's see what you made.
Feast your eyes.
What about you, Matthias?
Here it is, Master.
Let's see here. That's impossible. Such balance. I'm sorry, Matthias, but his sword is better.
What?
Listen, lad. You're wasting your talent here. If you're ever in Kuttenberg, ask for Nicholas Crondell. He's the best armorsmith in the region. He might take you on as his apprentice.
Thanks for the advice. But where's my prize?
Here's your money.
Thank you kindly, master. And you, give me the sword.
What? Forget it. That blade of yours will fall apart any moment anyway. It may look nice, but if we're fighting with them, I'd slice you to ribbons.
Take a good look at me, you yokel. You really want to fight me?
I'm looking at you, all right.
Very well. If you want to get your ass kicked on top of all that...
Don't get too cock...
Break a leg, man.
Fuck you, whoreson! Ah! I yield. Mercy!
We're done here.
Did you really have to come and rub it in my face like that? I know I lost.
You may know it, but you haven't paid.
Here,
Nothing special. Maybe I'll get a few groschen for it.
I hope someone stabbed. Is that supposed to be a threat?
Get away with that weapon! You're beginning to make me nervous.
How can I help you?
What do you have? Let's talk about the price.
Never mind. I'm done. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Here, Mutt. Aye, come here. Grosh told me over a few beers that you had a thing with someone from Horshan, and your husband got battered because of it.
Merciful Mary, so Grosh has been blabbing about me to God knows who. The shame of it. I'll have you know I did no such thing. I'm an honest woman.
My apologies. I'm merely repeating what I heard. So how are things between you?
There's a powerful protective charm I desperately need. A Thunderstone. It's a great rarity. But Tomlin Broodhans from Horshan has one. He just won't let me have it. The thing is, he sometimes wages it in fights.
I see. Now it all makes sense to me. So that's why your husband fought him.
Exactly. You see, nothing dishonest. But Stimir is feeling ashamed that young Broodhans gave him a thrashing.
What is a Thunderstone?
Well, they're formed when there's a violent storm with forks of lightning and peals of thunder. The biggest of these are Thunderstones. They fall from the sky with a mighty boom and burrow deep into the earth. After a while, they work their way back up to the surface. And if you're lucky, that's where you'll find them.
What can these stones do?
Lots of things. If you have one, it protects you from all harm, helps you in battle, and brings good luck. It also wards off and cures diseases. And if you put it into the rafters of your cottage, you'll be protected from fire and all manner of other calamities.
What does the thunder...
Well, from what I saw of Tomlin's, it's the size of a grown, sort of elongated and
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want me to...
Well, yeah. And I prayed and now you... Besides, by the looks of you, you have the...
Why are you so desperate?
That's...
Look, if I'm to help you, I don't want to get caught up...
This is no witchcraft. I'm afraid all my babies died short. I nearly died. The stone has the power to help me.
All right.
Mary, Mother of Man.
Save your thanks for when I bring it to you.
I shall. Don't you worry about... I'm also on good terms with Hannah, so she'll give a generous discount, and I'll pray...
All right. You have yourself a deal.
God bless you. That's where you... But be careful. And see you later, my friend.
Quick!
God!
I bought a lovely new gold.
Quick!
Whoa! Oh! Ka! Ka! Go! Go! Ka! Keep it up.
Greetings to you.
Look what I have for you.
Good doggy. Good boy. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
What's that I hear? So, it's you.
Just you.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me.
What a mess. Hey, you can't just walk around here without permission. That's right. The Lord be with you.
Greetings. Do you
Tell me,
Oscar what?
what fighters?
Stanley is the strongest. After him, Tuma. He has and
Darley.
he's kind of like the local. When he was a wee lad, he fell on his head. He takes care of his aunt's horse.
He doesn't sound.
Because he isn't. He's quite a lout, but he doesn't know.
Where do you...
Harold,
And who might...
Chucho is our hog. We fight in his pen.
I reckon I can... Can I get...
Why not? It'll be good to have... You have any
Well, I haven't won any tournaments here yet. But I've knocked a few...
Well,
And if I manage...
don't count your chickens before they hatch. Well, if you pull it off...
Hey, Tomlin. People around...
People say...
They also say if I...
There was a time, I even had a couple of... But everyone got a thrack. It didn't seem right. But if you're itching for a fight, as I...
Look, that's all very well. But it...
Fuck's sake, let's try again. I'm not fighting...
I challenge you to a fight. Let's fight for...
The only shit you know you can't win, don't ya? No one's beaten me for it. So just back. I'm doing you a favor.
Don't try to intimidate me. We'll see who ends up with bruises. The uninitiated wouldn't notice it. But no wonder you have no equal in these. Now's your chance to take on someone of the same caliber.
You're bloody right, and I can tell you're a fighter too. I'll wait for you by the pen behind the... When you get there, and no armor. That goes without saying. Better yet, strip down to your waist so nothing gets in the way.
I'm ready.
Always.
You've got this.
Don't you worry. Have you got...
Here it is.
Trap? Well... You're quite the fighter. You surprised me, I grant you. Though I...
I beat you.
Yeah, you're
Close? Not one bit.
bollocks you were.
No need to be so upset. But let's not waste time.
You'll get your...
Perfect.
Well...
What? But the stone.
No, it wasn't. It was...
Look, you yokel prick. Don't twist this. You tried to hoodwink me, and now you're playing word games.
I suppose it was a bit sneaky of me. I just wasn't expecting...
But people said you have a thunderstone.
No, it wasn't made up. I really did find a thunderstone. I didn't want word to get out because I'd look like a right fool. I'm sorry for leading you...
And do you have any idea?
If you ask me, they were ever so curious.
And you didn't do anything about it?
Of course I fucking did. I went to wring their necks, but they disappeared. They must have seen me and bolted. And I don't have time to chase them around the...
All right.
Well, when you get to Rabosh, they're hired hand. If you find the stone, please... I was the one who found it. It was destined for me.
Tell me.
That's
If you came by it on...
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just not one...
I can appreciate that. But sharing...
All right, then. I found it a couple of years back in a field outside Billany. On the way to Wizard Quarry. You probably know the place. I was going to take a shortcut through the woods, but there'd been a hell of a storm about a week before. It tore off roofs, carried away some shepherd's huts, even toppled the tower on those fortifications at Gutenberg, and it very nearly flushed us out of here too. Well, the forest was a complete mess, so I couldn't go that way. And all of a sudden, I stumbled over something.
Look, I won fair and square. Truth be told, I'm feeling a little...
Bollocks to that. You got your wage. If you want anything more...
If you don't cough up, everyone far and wide will hear what a lying bastard you are and how you tried to fuck me over.
If you think you can talk shit to Tomlin Bruta... Excuse me.
So I'm Henry. Young Bruthans told me you're learning to fight. How are you faring?
Well, it's not going so well.
You don't have to do it, you know.
I have to. I have
What does he do to you?
all kinds of... Sometimes he comes to Grund and better limp for days, and now...
You can defend yourself. But how can a pooch know he has to? Did he bite him at least?
Better? No, he's too nice to ever bite anyone. He runs away instead. But Stanley drove him into the corner of the stable.
People like that make me see red. Well, how about trying your luck?
Why not? Do you have any money?
That sounds...
Get ready.
Pretty.
Well,
Thanks for the fun.
yeah. Oh, now you can challenge Tomb.
Is it a boy or a girl?
A bear cub.
Bear cub? Am I transparent
You
or
mean
what?
you found
Here
it
I
somewhere?
am.
It's a girl, but
You look like a merry bloke.
like a black
What do you like about the fights?
I'm a simple man. I like a good laugh and sometimes I like to punch someone.
That's it.
I swear. I do it because I...
so. But at
Shall
the
we fight?
beginning,
But of
it
course.
looked
And before
like
we
you
get
brought
stuck...
Poppy to church.
If you say...
Thanks very much.
Come on.
Gosh.
Thanks for the...
Aye, you're welcome. Here.
Thanks.
Well, do you feel up to it?
Excuse me.
Why are you always picking on Tobias?
Just take a look at him. If he was any dumber, he'd be eating out of a trough with the pigs. Do you know he talks to animals? He talks to his mutts like they understand him. He'd be better off barking and pissing on the fence like them. But when we managed to get him drunk, now that's fun.
Tobias goes drinking with you?
No, but all you have to do is give him wine and tell him it's apple cider. A little of that and he's completely wasted. Then you should see the shit he gets up to. The last time that idiot almost drowned because he went to fish the moon out of the pond. We told him it was a silver platter.
I'll find something better to do.
Mind your own business. I reckon that moron. Lord knows if there's anything left.
Do you want to fight?
Sure. Do you have money?
Of course.
I'm glad.
You call that
Do you have two left hands? Fucking hell! Fuck you! Do you have two left hands?
one hand behind her back.
Show your stuff! Whack ya!
You fight like little girls.
Oh, your ma?
Come on, move, you snail.
Sacre!
Thanks.
Here's your bet. And a little on top. And don't forget to go and see Tomlin.
Excuse me.
I beat all your men.
Well, I'm jiggered. But I'm impressed. You're good. Here you go. We know how to... Not long ago, I heard the hired hands in Miskovitz spend the long hour... You can go see for them. And in Kutenberg, they fight in the tavern. The name suits...
That sounds worse.
Oh, by the way, farewell.
Henry, I want to ask something of you.
Do you need something of me?
Well, I wanted to ask you for something.
Pray tell. What's it about?
You wouldn't want to have another bout, would you?
Right now?
Well, yeah.
Why? I already beat you. And Tuma and Stanley, too.
Exactly. So I figured that if I beat you now, you'll still win overall. But if Stanley saw me beat someone that kicked his ass, maybe he'd leave me alone.
And do you think you'd stand a chance to beat me?
Well, that's just...
Look, wouldn't you rather learn how to fight properly? I'll be happy to train you.
I don't know if it's a good idea. Auntie says I'm a little slow.
Oh, you'll manage. Knocking someone's teeth out is actually pretty simple, and you've got the strength of 3 men. So there's nothing for you to be afraid of.
Well, all right. I can't anymore.
Me neither. Let's take a break.
Do you think I stand a chance against Stanley now?
Definitely a better chance than if you pretended to beat me, but still knew nothing. I'm not saying you'll beat him to a pulp now, but at least you should be able to hit back.
Thanks, Emery. You're a true friend.
You're welcome.
Hey, do you like horses or dogs?
Of course I do.
Me too. I knew right away. Come see me in Grun sometime. I'll take care of the horses and hands, and I'll tell you all about them.
You said you could teach.
Well, I don't know.
You take care of dogs and horses.
Aye, they're my favourite. And when you're sad, they look at you with...
You see?
Can I have a few grosh?
Of course.
Thanks.
Well,
that's it. If you've got...
Oh, you pooch.
Careful.
I'd like...
Can I have a...
Of course.
Thanks.
And what...
Hey, if you've got...
Greetings.
You silly doggy.
Ka! Ka! Whoa! Whoa! What happened here? The cottage has been plundered. And what about the dead dogs? The local catchpole's most likely to know, if there's one left here.
Look what I have for you.
You silly doggy.
Good. What happened at the cottage by the bridge over the stream? It was plundered, and there were dead dogs lying in front of it. And nobody bats an eyelid.
Oh, you mean the gamekeeper's cottage? You know how it is. People don't want to end up like the gamekeeper.
What happened to him?
He's hanging from a tree on the road to Miskovitz. The king's men dragged him out of his cottage one day and hanged him.
What does that mean?
How should I let it lie? Unless you want to end...
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. What are you doing hanging around here, old man? Are you all right?
Not entirely. I'm Sir Ježek of Holohlavie.
And I'm Henry.
Well, Henry, I'm terribly sorry, but this is an ambush.
What?
Please don't make it harder for me than it already is, and...
Are you yanking my pizzle?
Unfortunately...
Touch me, and I'll break you.
Calm yourself, my good fellow. Believe me.
I sincerely doubt it. What kind of peculiar robber...
Robber? I am a man of honor.
So it seems. What you were shouting at me...
And what was I supposed... But I don't want to take your...
Can't you find some fucking other way to earn a coin?
I'd have to get my horse and armor back first.
With someone stole your...
It's a long...
No matter. I have time enough.
I made my living through honorable service. Most recently as a mercenary in King Sigismund's service.
Well, the king certainly didn't pay badly. What went wrong?
Our unit was tasked with requisition supplies in Betshwar. That's a village not far from here. Zavish of Garbov, my commander, said the people were starting to cheat the army on supplies. So we were to reweigh and recount everything. And he was right. They were slipping sand into the flour sacks. And they were playing dumb about it. Zavish lost it. And the requisitioning turned into plundering.
Well, it's not pretty. But these people knew what they were up against. If they'd been honest...
Then they'd have nothing left. Wherever the requisitioning unit goes, even the mice starve. I went to Zavish to stop it. What's chivalrous about plundering and killing innocents? In the end, I challenged him to a duel. We wagered our honor, our armor, and our horses.
And you lost it all?
And with it, my place in the army.
Why did you wager everything in the first place? Is it some kind of knightly tradition?
Not always. It's a gesture to show that you really will defend your point of view at all costs.
It was noble of you to stand up for the common folk.
Perhaps. But you see the result. No good deed goes unpunished. Now, I'm trying to get enough coin to get my things back, and you seemed like a skilled fighter. That's why I chose you. If I must do something so despicable as robbing people, then at least they should be capable of defending themselves.
What if I tried to help you?
You'd do that for me?
I offered, didn't I?
In Sigismund's camp, His name is Zavish of Garbov. He's got a rather inconspicuous tent above the camp.
And how will I recognize your thing?
Of course, on my cuirass and on the caparison of my horse, it's the same as I have on my shield here. A black raven. If you get my things back from Zavish, come and see me in the...
Tell me.
Holohlavi. It's a village near Hradec. My family's been there for 4 generations.
I've never been there.
It doesn't matter. I haven't set foot there for a good 40 years.
That long? How come?
I'd rather not get into it.
Look, everyone's been through something they'd rather not talk about. I'm not going to judge you.
You wouldn't understand anyway.
Well, now I'm really...
Sorry, Actually, it's stupid.
And?
See? You don't understand. Otmar is older, so am I...
Older than you? My word. Sorry.
No, I was just a boy then, and I wasn't much interested in such things. Otmar wanted me to be chaplain of the church in Holohlavi. But that wouldn't have been the life for me. Ever since I heard the stories of King Arthur as a child, I knew I'd be a knight.
You are one now, though, aren't you?
I don't mean by title. I'm talking about battles and tournaments and romance. Anyway, I soon abandoned my studies and began getting summer with a sword in my hand.
Well, your brother meant well. If you couldn't both have the estate, he wanted you to be secure in another way.
That sounds nice, but he saw it differently. Otmar needed to secure his position because the church owns a lot of land in Holohlavi. He didn't care about me at all. But no matter, I'm happier like this anyway. Or at least I used to be. Otmar gave me the armor and the horse. Would you believe it?
Really? Why would he do that?
After I ran away, I struggled and rarely had 2 groschen to rub together. Otmar found out about it and tracked me down. I was afraid that he would drag me home and force me to go back to my studies. But instead, he gave me armor and his best horse and told me...
Don't worry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Why are you showing that off? Pathetic. Are you right in the head? What are you doing?
Ja! 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 Whoa!
Yes?
Good evening. What do you need, lad?
Is there something interesting around?
You mean besides the army?
Something tells me you're not exactly happy about it.
What can I tell you? As soon as the army...
What do you mean?
It used to be a peaceful village. And have you seen what it looks like now?
I just saw remains of an abandoned village.
Exactly. A deserted and empty place with a burnt-out ruin.
The soldiers did that? Did they attack the village?
There was no attack. People just chose to leave on their own. But it's probably better than waiting for someone to come and take it.
Who's responsible for the burned-out cottage in Apatovitz?
Devil only knows. Or they wanted to take it.
And why do you stay here?
I live away from the village, so...
So you were lucky, weren't you?
You think? That one camp pillaged the whole county. They cut down a big... And to feed all those hungry mouths, they hunted down everything. There used to be deer, wild boar, and hares.
I think I'll go back to Apatovitz. Should I watch out for...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Who lived there before?
You bet I did. There was an old man. We called him Honeypot. Everyone used to buy honey from him, but few knew that he made the best mead far and wide. Damn.
Who lived in the...
That's probably the saddest thing of all. The young married couple. I really hope they've gone someplace safe. They should be taking care of their babe.
You're right.
That's right. Take care, sir.
Can I... I'll pay you.
But all I have is...
That's enough for me. Let's... That's
more. Thank you.
Where can I...
You can sleep on that. Well, see you later. Have a good evening. What are you doing here?
What's going on? What are you doing here?
Friend, I'm glad you're passing by. At least I'm a father. My first...
Well, congratulations, Arunel.
Oh,
I wish John to...
my sentiment. You have to drink. I've got some... Come on!
What kind of brand?
Why, it's the finest. My late father gave it to me, but he didn't live to see.
Uh-huh.
It's been buried in the ground for 10 years. When...
All right, and to John... Ugh! That was fucking disgusting! What? Fuck! What was in that drink? Oh, Dopperdelle! That Horston robbed me!
What are you whistling for? You're the Time Master, eh, mate?
Quick! Gah! Gah! Quick! Gah!
Greetings.
Is there...
You mean
something...
what kind of...
What do you mean?
You and have you...
I just...
Exact.
The so
But it's prob...
Who's...
Or they...
And why do
I...
So you...
You think that's a feat they used to...
I think
I wouldn't...
Who...
You better... Everyone...
Who lived...
That's really...
Uh,
That's right. Well, see you later. Have a good evening.
Can I spend...
I'll pay... Forgive me.
That doesn't matter. Let's... Is this...
More. Thank you.
Where can...
You can... Farewell.
Was willst du?
We know each...
Oh ja, du hast recht. You are Henry, Lord Cape. Seltsamer Zufall. The last time I saw you, we were ambushed in that fucking ravine.
You survived the attack. A lot of people didn't make it out of there.
Genau. Wirklich terrible it was, but I survived. With a bruise or two and a concussion. Unfortunately, the other fellows I was with were now our village has only
Where are you headed now?
Duty calls, for I am still... Ja, natürlich. And that verdammte tragedy of Nabokov.
It sounds urgent. If you have to deal with it when...
Well, there is no one to do it for me. The scribe... And worse, I can forget about riding for a while. Ja, ja. Und was ist mit dir? I heard they hounded you through the woods like vermin. Von Bergo has got it in for you, they say. Is that true?
If you really want to know, Bailiff, von Burgov's a lying bastard who betrayed us. And not only us, the traitor has King Wenceslas imprisoned in Vienna.
And why are you telling me this?
Because we are on different sides in this war, and we could just as well beat each other to a pulp, Bailiff. But there's no sense in you taking needless risks for a lord who left your village full of widows and orphans.
I lost many good men there. And perhaps the blame lies with him. Schön. I will pretend I heard nothing, and we can go our separate ways. Mögen sich unsere Wege hiermit trennen.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends. Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Was that you? Ah, never mind then.
Greetings, my friend.
I need to find a...
Oh, yeah?
Some wayfarer in a tavern.
Really? Which one?
In Horshan.
There's no inn there, but the Bruthans have a farm out there. So I can guess what's going on here.
Well, I suppose you guessed Tomlin over Horshan way, so you better come clear.
Fuck me! So Bruthans...
Watch your tongue. And you, go on.
We fucked up. And all because...
So Tomlin was right.
I haven't the faintest. And before you ask, Andrew is
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm missing...
We wanted to, but that's easier. So Hensel got the idea to help us fight, but Tomlin was... But everything went to shit. So, you can... Not that it brought us any luck anyway.
Where can I find...
Are you fucking...
No. You don't just lose something like that.
I'm telling you, that stone...
You may have had bad luck, but that doesn't... With stuff like that, you stole it from Tomlin, so the power of... I didn't steal it from anybody.
Well, if you put it like that...
You see?
You'll come across some... Near one of them, there's a fork where... From that fork...
And that's where they're holding...
Yeah, there. You'll get to some rocks overlooking the mill. But make sure they don't spot you. There's a...
Sound advice.
Look.
Well, I'm thinking if I can find Andrew...
Just be careful. Look, since you're going there anyway, do you think you could...
Why doesn't the local look?
Because he doesn't give a shit, for Christ's sake. Hensel's just a stable boy who toils with his hands. No.
What I'm really after is the stone, still. The whole thing's so messy, so I'm just gonna go...
Well, whatever you think. I'm just worried that sooner... I mean, we attacked the king's son.
Easy. Nice and slow. Gah!
Whoa, whoa.
Look what I have for you.
Alert! Alert! Ah! Die! Shut up! You're a dead man! Alert! Two.
all the saints! Don't leave me here! Please, untie me!
Be quiet.
I beg you! Don't leave me here!
Christ almighty! You stormed in on them like you were the Archangel Michael himself. Thanks for getting me out of here.
Heal.
Times better than Wenceslas ever was. I hear he settled in Gutenberg. They can't write high enough.
You all right?
Yeah. Thanks for rescuing me. You have all that aside.
Henry.
I'm Hensel, and I owe you big though. In all honesty.
Peter told me what happened.
Peter?
In a manner of speaking. He got shot.
What about...
I have no idea.
Ah,
Listen, it wasn't exact. I was looking for you in the village because of the thunder, who, by the way, is royally.
Well, what I have to say, it brought us no luck, no protection.
Let's forget that for a moment.
Don't be surprised to hear. He didn't believe it had any powers. From what I heard, he sold it in Sukdal.
Sakra. Well, there's nothing.
Hold your horses. There's this pond below Raborsh, somewhere around there. What? You filched Andrew's stash? Well, good for you. Serves the bastard right. I was gonna cast an eye there myself. Well,
I'm still.
well, as you wish.
Tell me the whole.
Well, it just pissed us off how Andrew was always extorting and bullying everyone. And not just us. The local lord who did nothing about it. And everybody in the village kept grumbling, but nobody took any action. I knew about Tomlin Stone, and I thought that with its help, we'd have the edge on them. That we'd help the people in the village. And make a bit of a name for ourselves around here. So when he refused to give it to us, I borrowed it from him. Well, I was thinking we'd give it back as soon as we'd sorted Andrew out. I'm serious. I swear.
And what about your expedition?
Well, first, we scouted the place on the sly, and then waited for some of his men to go out on patrol. We armed ourselves as best we could, and made our move. From the top of that rock there. We were almost there, but then Stislav stumbled or something. Made a ruckus, and they spotted us. After that, everything happened so fast. I hollered and lunged at them. Peter was yelling something, so I thought he was behind me. All these shots were whizzing past as I charged at them, but nothing hit me. Then I got stuck in. They outnumbered us. In the end, I took a blow to the head. That was pretty much it for me.
What happened after you were captured?
I was scared, shitless. I thought they were gonna kill me. One of them suggested just leaving me tied up in the woods or drowning me, but thankfully, Andrew disagreed. So they held me prisoner. I don't even know why.
And this Andrew and his soldiers, what were they doing here?
Andrew Ramed, they called him. He had this handsome hammer, shaped like a ram it was. And that's what they say he named himself after. Their orders were to keep watch out here. They had their own ideas of what that meant. They fleeced wayfarers, merchants, locals, wherever they could. No one was safe. They often grumbled that the army wasn't paying them properly. But if you ask me, they more than made up for it on the side. They even took someone's cow.
What are you going to do now?
Oh, I don't know. Same as before, I suppose. There's nothing to keep us here, but I can see Peter and me staying another summer. Perhaps longer. I mean, it's nice here, and the village is protected by a strong fortress. It's a good place, if you ask me. You never know. I might find myself a piece of land, or... See you later, my friend.
Here you go. Take it.
You silly doggy. What happened here?
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt? Greetings. What?
Show me your...
Word about the price.
Well,
Do we have a deal?
we're getting close. Aye, you're... Thank you, sir. And come again.
Here you go. Take it. Here you go. Take it.
What do you need?
What do you have?
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Show me your way.
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time, then.
Did you hear what happened? A recruiter from Sigismund's army camp came through here.
Not again. There won't be any men left soon at this rate.
And then they'll start taking women as well. You'll see. Why don't we just go and enlist right away? I bet they can't wait for us to
The law of the land applies to everyone, and even the king has to answer to God's law. Praise the Lord.
God be with you.
Greetings to you.
What do you need?
I'll have a look. What do you have for sale? A word about the price. What would you say?
You really won't... Aye. I'm glad you found what you needed,
What's
sir.
taking so long? I'll have a bite to eat, thanks.
Oh, you fool.
Can I help you?
Who's that?
are you doing here?
The smell of it. Don't tell me you've gone soft.
Not your day, eh?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Nothing.
Really?
Were you expecting a different answer?
How's it going? I expect that's not very comfortable on your back.
Fuck my back. I can hardly feel it anymore. But recently, some joker passed by and put a dead fish in my breeches.
What if I freed you?
I'd scarp her, obviously, so you don't end up here too.
Greetings to you.
I heard you bought a thunder...
Well,
Andrew Ramhead took it from Hensel from Rabors, who in turn stole it from Tomlin Brookhans down Horshan way.
and? I don't know those people. Even if it's true, I knew nothing about it. I bought the stone fair and square, and for good money. My husband's gravely ill and nothing's helping. The stone is to heal him.
And what ails your husband?
Peter went to lie down one afternoon and he hasn't budged since. He's not eating and he's barely talking to anyone. What's worse, soon after he took ill, a Minerva owl perched on the roof one evening.
A Minerva owl? I assume that doesn't bode well, does it?
No, not at all. An owl on your roof means death is closing in. That's why I need the stone. If it weren't for the stone, I'm sure Peter would be gone by now.
I'm afraid the stone is unlikely to do him any good. It only brings bad luck.
What? What are you talking about?
You see, because it was stolen, there was a switch in its power. It no longer protects from misfortune. Quite the opposite, in fact. It's cursed. Toying with these things is playing with fire.
I don't believe it. You made that curse up. I'm quite sure the stone will help Peter.
Go on. Listen, we need to get that stone out of here. If you want, I'll take a look at your husband and see what I can do about his malady. And then I'm going to take that stone away from here. The longer it stays here, the more trouble it'll cause. Do you agree?
All right. Please hurry. With that, you'll find Peter.
All right. It's usually a good idea to speak to others who are close, especially if the patient himself...
Aha. I see you really have done this, but so... Ask around on the farm.
Perfect. I'll get on with it.
Do whatever it takes.
Can you think of something that might help me heal it? Anything?
I can't. I've tried. Peter is just an ordinary cooper. We've lived here for years. My husband doesn't travel outside the village often. This lot, he came back empty-handed. He was fumbling around here for a few days, not doing his job. Then he went to bed. And since then, he doesn't sleep a wink at night. If I stopped sleeping too, our homestead would fall apart.
I'll ask him why he can't sleep. What's tormenting him?
Try that. It's as if he was keeping secrets from me. See you later, my friend.
Can't go on.
Peter is fasting. I should talk to him about it. All sorts of medicines. I can ask Peter if they're helping him.
Can't go on. My heart's going to break. Let it be over with. Damn it.
Peter, my name is Henry. I'm here to help you.
Another poor bloke that's to deal with me. As if Marder didn't have enough on her plate already.
I'll try to figure out what's... Don't be alarmed. I need to take a closer look. Let's see. No swelling. No cancer on the skin. Does this hurt?
Nothing hurts.
Your palms are cold. Your muscles are tense. And your heart's pounding so hard you could hear it all the way to Prague. You seem like you're ready to fight. Or flee.
They're getting close now.
Who is?
The soldiers. Sigismund's men.
Well, physically, you seem fine, Peter. It's strange.
I'm a weakling. A weakling.
I see you have a lot of herbs here.
Mlada brought them.
I see a lot of mugwort here. The local deer won't be happy that Mlada took their favourite herb. Have you got worms in your stomach, too?
Mugwort helps me sleep. And forget everything that's been happening around here lately. Especially when I wash it down with wine.
You ought to be careful with mugwort. It can help in small doses. But if you use it for too long, it'll only make your problems worse. It can cause dizziness, cramps, even unconsciousness. Mixing it with wine will only speed it up.
So be it.
What are your nights like? Mlada said you don't sleep much.
I just stare at the wall. I try to sleep during the day, but it's not much better.
Well, it's certainly no fever or pain that's ailing you. I assume it's dark thoughts that keep you up at night.
I can't fall asleep. Because of all the noblemen who keep coming to Lord Pisek's fortress, I'm always hearing hoofbeats, and they startle me.
So Lord Pisek likes to host nobles at his fortress? What's so unusual about that?
And what do you think they're doing here, eh? Preparing for war. That's what.
If Lord Pisek was about to go to war, he'd be gathering a lot more men here than a couple of nobles.
Folk ought to be scared to leave the village. Mezoles is gone. And when I saw Opatovitz, Suchtol is next. I'm sure of it.
How's your appetite lately? I see you haven't touched the food, but the wine, on the other hand...
I'm hungry. Aye. But I've got no appetite. My stomach is clenching. I can hardly get a bite in before I start heaving. Wine at least helps me fall asleep and forget all the grief I'm giving Mlada.
I can't help you with that. All I need is a sip of ale, and I can feel the devil in me. I'll examine you. Just by eye. Pale skin. Dark circles under the eyes. A downcast expression on the face. I don't see any bruises. A few calluses and cuts on the hands. Nothing unusual for a craftsman after a hard day in the workshop.
I told you. I'm not in any pain. Just let me lie here.
Irritability. No foul odor. Bodily humours aren't leaking. And you aren't bleeding.
But I will when Sigismund's horde gets here.
Why would Sigismund attack Suchtol?
He does as he pleases. You have no idea how many villages he's plundered already.
I reckon attacking a village protected by a fortress is the last thing Sigismund would want to do now.
The fortress is what's bothering him. That's why he'll destroy it. And us with it.
I don't know about that. What am I going to do with you, Peter? There's nothing wrong with you physically, so it must be an ailment of the soul. The chamomile decoctions will help calm your mind, but you'll have to change your diet as well, so you don't just drink potions. And last but not least, some words of encouragement wouldn't be amiss. You'll be back on your feet in no time. I'll get things ready and be back soon.
They're coming. They're close now.
I examine Peter. His body is fine, but he's plagued by a crippling restlessness of soul.
What are we going to do about it? How do you heal the soul? A cold compress? Prayer?
Prayer certainly won't hurt, but don't worry. There are several things that could... Making the chamomile decoction is important. It's made of wine, chamomile, and sage. You boil them briefly together and strain it. It's not hard, and even if you don't do it exactly right, it'll still help Peter.
Would you bring him some, before I learn to brew it?
I'll get everything. Just keep at it, and don't give up.
Very well, but I hope that he'll do something. Take care.
Peter, I have some suggestions.
I'm listening.
Listen, Peter. I know you're worried about the army that's passing through the country. I'm not much of a speaker, but let me tell you something from the heart. If you're scared of Sigismund's soldiers, trust me when I tell you, when it comes down to it, it ends up being a one-on-one fight. And you'd be surprised how much strength and courage you can find when you're backed into a corner. So don't run from your fear. Laugh in its face instead.
I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about Mlada.
Then keep reminding yourself of that. Look at me, a blacksmith's son. Why do you think I am who I am now? Because I decided I'll never turn my back on my loved ones again.
You're right. I mustn't leave Mlada to fend for herself.
Don't run from the fight. Especially the one going on inside your head. You need to start eating again, even if you don't have an appetite. First, ask Mlada to get you some honey and add it to your gruel.
You think some honey is gonna save me?
It'll give you stamina without irritating your stomach, first of all. But you have to admit Mother Nature has it well thought out. Where bloodwort helps with bleeding and feverfew with fevers, honey coats your humours so that they can't get out of balance so easily. Any melancholia wanting to take hold of you would have to make its way through thick honey, so it could hardly get from your stomach to your head. And soon you'll be as busy as a bee again, and getting on swimmingly. Which brings me to my next piece of advice. Start eating fish more regularly. Some nice fatty ones, ideally. Fat in the belly will surely stop gloom from getting through. Same as with the honey.
I suppose that makes sense.
You should drink the chamomile decoction.
Great. Another potion.
This one will help you sleep. Once your body gets used to sleeping at night and staying awake during the day, you'll feel much better. You'll see. Proper sleep will chase away the gloom. And if restlessness tries to take hold of you again, your body will have the strength to fight it. Every morning you'll be stronger and stronger until you're able to work again.
We'll see about that.
Well then, I've tried my best. I'll come back in a few days. I examine Peter. I'll come back to see you in a few days.
Thank you.
Besides praying, don't forget about the chamomile decoctions.
I won't. Thank you very much. See you later, my friend.
Good day to you.
I'll have a look at the...
Oh, well, what can you do? Farewell, then. Fruits, vegetables, fresh, everything fresh. A fine day for some fine wares. Now come and take your pick. Hail.
You ever even held a sword? Not a sword, with a flail. I reckon bashing some.
What can I do for you?
And what's more, apparently every soldier gets a dozen groschen and a piece of meat every other day. My, good day.
Can I spend the night? I'll pay.
For a few groschen.
Let's agree.
You'll have to. Agreed. You can sleep on the hay, but don't. Farewell.
Good old folks start getting soft in the head. It's bad news. Exactly. Let me tell you, I'd rather die all but young than
Ah!